Hello friends, welcome to the Cool Vedas. That's Vedas Cool. Today's story is from Sambhava Parva in Adi Parva. In the last video we had seen the story about the eldest son of Shantanu and Satyavati, that is Chitrangada. We saw how Chitrangada was slayed by the Gandharva king in the banks of river Saraswati. Now today let's see the story of the younger brother of Chitrangada, that is the younger son of Shantanu, Vichitravirya. Let's see the story of Vichitravirya. Vichitravirya was still a little boy when he lost his father Shantanu and also his elder brother Chitragada. But yet, Vichitravirya was not alone. He had a mighty brother, a mighty elder brother who loved him more than anything, Bhishma. Bhishma had installed Vichitravirya as the king of Hastinapura after the death of Chitrangada, and Bhishma ruled the kingdom on behalf of Vichitravirya. Vichitravirya was very loving and he totally adored Bhishma, his elder brother. Bhishma too was very protective about Vichitravirya. Time rolled by and Vichitravirya soon attained his youth. He grew up into a young, charming king. And then, seeing Vichitravirya, Bhishma thought that it was time for Vichitravirya to enter wedlock. And as Bhishma had these thoughts about getting brides for Vichitravirya, it was then that he heard about the Swayamvara ceremony that was about to happen in Kashi. He heard that the three princesses of Kashi, Amba, Ambika, and Ambalika, who were so unraveled in beauty that they just looked like apsaras, they were having a Swayamvara ceremony in Kashi. Hearing this, Bhishma decided upon having these beautiful princesses as brides for his little brother Vichitravirya. With this thought in mind, Bhishma set out on a single chariot to the city of Varanasi. And having reached there, Bhishma saw that there were innumerable kings who had come there to attend the Swayamvara of the Kashi princesses. And the kings who had come there too was very puzzled to see Bhishma there. They all knew about Bhishma's terrible vow about Brahmacharya. And anyway, the Swayamvara ceremony began. Each king was introduced with their names, but Bhishma did not have plans to attend the Swayamvara. He had plans to take away the princesses for his brother. Without waiting for him to be introduced, Bhishma took away these three princesses and took them to his chariot. And then he turned to the astonished and puzzled kings looking at him, and he roared just like thundering clouds. He said, "Hey kings, among the eight types of marriages that has been told in the Shastras, the kings speak highly of Swayamvara. But then the learned have also told that that wife is to be dearly loved who is taken away after slaughtering those opponents who are battling for her hand in marriage. So here I am taking away these three princesses and I am ready to fight for her. Here, fight me if you want these three princesses." Now, the Kshatriyas, they could not give up on a challenge. They had to accept a challenge. How could they stand there simply when they were challenged? And so these kings who had come there to attend the Swayamvara, decked up in beautiful garments and in ornaments, began swiftly removing their garments and their beautiful clothes and their ornaments and put on their armor and took up their weapons. Now they were battle ready, ready to fight for getting the three princesses as their wives. Now, this terrible fight, this terrific battle was between two sides. On one side, there was Bhishma alone, and on the other sides, there were innumerable kings who had come there to attend the Swayamvara. The battle began, and these innumerable kings began to throw upon thousands of spears and arrows at the same time on Bhishma. But Bhishma, however, who was so well trained by Parashurama, could be no less. He speedily checked those numberless arrows before they could hit him, and then sped, showered innumerable arrows back at those kings. And seeing Bhishma's swift handness, seeing Bhishma's skill, even those kings, though they were enemies of Bhishma, could not help but applaud Bhishma's bravery and skill. The terrible, terrible battle between these kings and Bhishma struck fear in all those who were looking at it, and it looked just like that fierce battle of the old times between the Devas and the Asuras. And soon as this battle was happening, the battle was going on, and this Bhishma, with his arrows on the field of battle, he began to cut down bows, flagstaffs, heads of humans by hundreds and thousands. And as Bhishma was vanquishing these monarchs, there he heard a loud voice saying, "Stay, stop." And when he looked, it was a mighty, mighty brave warrior, none other than Shalya, the king of Sauba, the king of Madra kingdom. Shalya, the fierce and mighty ruler, the powerful ruler of Matra kingdom, like a fierce lion, shouted at Bhishma, "Stop!" Now, hearing this, Bhishma was so provoked he began to flame up in anger like a blazing fire. With bow in hand and with brow furrowed into wrinkles, he stayed in his chariot, waiting for Shalya to come to him. And Shalya, the mighty ruler of Madra kingdom, he at once he put on hundreds and thousands of swift shafts at Bhishma. But Bhishma, however, he soon stopped those shafts from attacking him, and he went on without even having a cut on his body. But however, seeing the fierce battle between Shalya and Bhishma, the other kings began applauding Shalya for his might and power and bravery. Hearing this, Bhishma was very angry. He became very angry hearing the other kings applaud Shalya's bravery. And then Bhishma told his charioteer, Go take the chariot to where Shalya is. I want to slay him instantly, just as Garuda had slayed serpents. Now the charioteer took Bhishma's chariot towards Shalya's chariot, and then the Kuru chief Bhishma fixed the Varunastra on his bowstring, and with that he afflicted the four steeds of King Shalya, and swiftly he even slew Shalya's charioteer. And then he took the Aindrastra on his bowstring and killed the noble steed of Shalya. And the mighty warrior Bhishma soon vanquished, defeated the mighty ruler of Madra, Shalya. And but he left Shalya with his life. He did not kill Shalya. And thus defeated by Bhishma, Shalya retreated and went back to his kingdom. And the other kings too did not then dare to fight Bhishma. They all retreated. And thus become victorious in this battle, Bhishma proudly took away these three princesses to Hastinapura. In his chariot, he passed through many forests, rivers, hills, and woods, and finally reached his capital, Hastinapura. And this king, this great warrior, Bhishma, who had slain numberless foes in battle and had not even got a scratch on his own person, that mighty warrior Bhishma brought the daughters of the king of Kashi unto the Kurus as tenderly as if they were his own daughter in law or younger sisters or daughters. And Bhishma soon, after consulting Satyavati, began to make preparations for Vichitravirya's wedding. And it was then that the eldest daughter of the king of Kashi, Amba, with a soft smile approached Bhishma. She had to tell him something. Now, what is that? What does the Princess Amba, the beautiful Princess Amba, have to tell Bhishma before the wedding? Let's find out. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel for more Mahabharata stories. Do not forget to press the bell icon. Thank you. Namaste.